Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's good? True Juggalos 2.0, bringing you the Ouija Origins of Evil 2016 movie review.
With spoilers.
With the what? Okay. Troublemaker and the Champ, coming to you live.
What's going on, folks?
Okay. So, first of all, this film, to me, it felt like a long film. I don't know why. Secondly, it was very informal about, the era that it was placed in. It wasn't the 70s, wasn't the 80s, definitely wasn't the 2000s. It was the 60s. And credit goes to the Champ for figuring that one out. You know how he figured that out?
Because basically they had said that they get to put a man on the moon, and we all know that happened in the very late 60s.
Yes. So the movie doesn't actually give us a proper time frame, but you realize it is the 60s because the landing on the moon didn't happen till
1969 or so.
Yes.
Something like that anyway. My time might be a bit off, but I know it was around that era.
Something like that. Now, they did a lot of good settings. The household, the schoolyard, the principal's office, Catholic school, whatnot. Especially from everyone, from all the actors to the sub-actors, to like the bullies, the kid bullies. They dressed up and they used slingshots to try to hurt people, this and that. This movie is really scary though because it targets something that could actually happen in today's, like in today's world, because they are currently selling the Ouija board at like Indigo, and it's a kid's game. Now, this movie is good. It touches on fake and reality. It teaches you that no matter what, you almost can't escape it, whether you use the board or not. You just got to be careful of who you actually communicate with, living and dead.
This is true, and they are always watching.
Yeah, they're watching us right now.
Most likely.
Now, this movie also teaches us the rules, because they're very standard and they've been the same. The one game that hasn't changed its rules since its origin. No pun intended, because this is Ouija Origins of Evil. Number 1, don't play by yourself. Number 2, don't play in a graveyard. And number 3, always say goodbye. Now, the Champ did point out as the film was progressing that they did fuck up on the rules. No wonder they got fucked up. Now this movie has almost gives you some similarities to like the Haunting in Connecticut type shit. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Dead bodies in the walls, stuff like that. You definitely got to take that part in. The way that they progress with this, you go from this person is haunted to you being hunted and there actually being a killer, and it has no happy ending. Okay, if you are looking for peace in this film, forget it. It's dark and twisted, man.
Of course it is. It's a horror film.
Yeah. There is no safety. So I'm gonna pan the cam over to the Champ, and he's gonna lay the smack down on you guys about his review.
Right. So, I gotta say this movie was all kinds of fucked up, mainly because I could not believe the sheer stupidity. I know it is a horror film, and that is a trope of said horror film. However, the fact that they did not follow even one of the 3 rules, even I thought I was calling a lot of this stuff, but even I thought at the very end they would actually follow one of the rules for once and say goodbye, but they never did. It just randomly ended with the older daughter being committed to an insane asylum and summoning her sister, using her own blood to make a Ouija board, and using some like random lens. Use her fingers in like a triangle thing. Let me show you. So basically like this, to mimic an actual the Ouija, the piece or whatever that thing is.
Illuminati confirmed.
So yeah, so it ended with like the sister coming at the doctor or whatever. So like I said, I thought maybe that, but they showed us it was a different sort of ending, a different way that it ended. They showed us a clue earlier in the movie, which I'm not going to fully give that one away. I'm going to keep at least somewhat spoiler free. But yeah, I didn't think it was you had to say goodbye. I thought that's what I thought it was, but it was something else, and it didn't even end up happily. Like I said, I know most horror films don't, but you know, I thought maybe, just maybe, this one might be different. And you know what the weird thing is? It was directed by Michael Bay, but there were no explosions. What's up with that? All right, guys. So
I have one more thing to say.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Unless you.
Okay. Upon watching this film, I gotta say the one thing I didn't like was how not phased they were when there was a hanging body in their house.
Oh, I think the elder daughter reacted with some horror.
I just feel like they moved on from that a little too fast. And my favorite comedy part was when, the very beginning, when the girls are drinking underage, playing around with a Ouija board. Girls and guys, sorry, students. In comes mom. Girl screams.
Scared
her
the fuck
lungs
out of her.
out.
Yeah.
That was one of the best parts.
That was pretty funny.
Comedy-wise, horror film, stellar film. Honestly, for being a long film, in my opinion, even though I don't know why I felt it was so long, something's telling me, you know, like 3.5 out of 5 for this film.
Yeah, I personally only give it a 2.75.
2.75. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, there were some good jump scares,
yeah.
But overall I felt this movie was lacking.
Now, before we go, if you have seen other horror movies and you're trying to compare it to this one, there is a difference. This movie's actually scary.
It's true.
Okay? It's not Lights Out. It's not a bunch of these other films that have come out. This one is scary, and it will trip you out. And more than just a jump scare, it's freaky, man. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to the little girl that starred in the majority of this film. You rock. Thank you. And we out.
We out, guys.